Hey loves, welcome back to Day Spills Tea. I, of course, am the lovely Day, and I'm sick of these green-eyed bandits. I'm sick of messy Mia crater face. I'm not even gonna run with that because I know that's wrong to talk about her looks. Speaking of her looks, the scene with her and Jacqueline and Karen and Mia's wearing no makeup. Yeah, it was memorable. But anyways, that's not what we're here for, is to talk about this woman's looks. Let's just go ahead and talk about the episode and her poor, childish, petty, incredibly immature behavior. But before we get into that, go ahead and do the YouTube stuff. Hit the thumbs up button. Give me a like. If you and your friends been talking about the show, share the video, because that's what you're supposed to do. That's what good friends do. If you haven't subscribed already, take care of that too. Okay, so the episode picks up. The ladies are leaving the restaurant after the melee, and you have Robyn and Giselle and Mia are in the car, and Jacqueline. And listening to Robyn and Giselle speak as if they are righteous had my blood boiling. Like, Robyn and Giselle are talking like they have like higher ground. Like, they're talking like they have strong moral compasses. And we all know that this is simply not true. It was really, really, really aggravating for me listening to them. And then they're talking about how Karen is straddling the fence. And possibly she is, because Karen doesn't want to be in this back and forth childish BS. And then they start talking about how Karen should have been the one to diffuse the situation. And Robyn is like, well, really, Karen didn't say anything to try and diffuse the situation. Robyn, y'all all adults. What did you say to try and diffuse the situation? You sitting there recording like a daggone high schooler. Like, why? These ladies. So Ashley is sitting talking with Charisse and Giselle. And these heifers had the nerve to sit up there and tell her that she was contradicting herself based on what happened with her and Monique a couple years prior. Okay, so she did agree to basically vouch for Monique's character to keep Monique out of prison for going upside Candiace's head. Okay, that's not the same as saying that I don't condone violence. And she never did say that she did condone violence when Monique was having her situation. She never said she thought that it was right for Monique to hit that girl. She simply vouched for her character. That's not the same thing. But furthermore, she is not the one contradicting herself, Giselle. Like, Giselle is the one contradicting herself. You went from, I have zero respect from you, and you took away the dignity we placed on this show, and I never want to be alone in a room with you. You went from all of that to when it was Monique, but now that it's Mia, you're talking about, oh, I need to go check on Mia. Why do you need to go check on Mia? Like, I mean, Mia legit physically assaulted someone. Why does she need to be checked on? And why is Wendy not being checked on? Like, y'all are like such clowns. This is such clown behavior. I know for Giselle, it's mostly just playing a role for a show, but you still have these daughters to raise. You still have a reputation that you should care about. And this is just ugly. So then we see Robyn, the night that they returned, Robyn is telling Candiace about what happened. Robyn had the nerve to sit up there and say she wanted to record as much of it as possible. Well, please tell me, why was your camera phone laser focused on Wendy only? And Candiace is not dumb, so she sees what's happening. She knows that you're trying to throw her girl under the bus and make it look like Wendy was wrong and Mia was a perfect angel, and she's not buying it at all. But Robyn, she has just presented herself as the biggest liar this year. Like, I don't know if her and Mia are in competition to see who can get the most ridiculous lies out, see who can get one past us that we actually believe. But I mean, like, y'all just be lying, like in competition with lying. I don't get it. So Robyn is saying that she's basically alluding to the idea that Wendy should just leave, or Wendy had already left. And Candiace is like, Mia should leave. Like, the one who got physical should leave. Like, that's just how it goes. So Robyn is talking with production in her confessional or green screen or whatever. And she basically is saying that the difference is that Wendy was escalating the situation. Mia was wrong for throwing a drink, but Wendy escalated the situation. Ma'am, let me redirect your attention back to the Candiace and Monique situation, where Candiace literally asked Monique to drag her. She single-handedly escalated the situation, but still you were supporting her. So production is just like, okay, but you're more so on Mia's side. And then Robyn finally admits, yeah, because I just don't like Mia. Ciao. So teach your sons better than what you understand to be right from wrong, because this ain't it. This ain't it. I'm so sick of these heifers. So sick. So we have Ashley and Karen and Candiace are sitting outside, I guess poolside or something. And Candiace is getting kind of emotional, and she appeared to be genuinely affected by this situation and probably recalling her own situation. I didn't appreciate that Karen is kind of like, well, you know, Wendy shouldn't have been hurling those lies about Mia and all of that. Karen, that's not even the point. That's neither here nor there. Because again, the same thing I said last week, whatever Wendy said after getting assaulted with that drink in her face, she gets a pass from me because I understand just flipping out. Once things have gone left, I completely understand just flipping out, seeing black and seeing all kinds of crazy mess. I'm not mad at her for that. So I did not like that part with Karen. But they decide that they want Wendy to come back. So Karen extends her an invitation to come back. And then she goes to tell Mia that she has invited Wendy to come back. And Mia is like, it's too soon. I mean, she is acting like a battered woman. She is acting like she has been assaulted and beaten down by Wendy. And it's laughable that these are people's parents. The children are the future. But God, what is the future going to be? Anyways, so she becomes upset with Karen, and she's telling Karen, anybody who would support someone disrespecting G, you know, isn't really my friend, or whatever nonsense she was saying to Karen. And Karen is just like, okay, well, whatever. So she tells Wendy, okay, fine, don't come to that thing. But Ashley had a good idea, which was like, let's just go out then for your birthday. Like, we don't have to go do whatever Mia is planning. So the ladies decide to do just that. They hop in the car. They're going to go and meet with Wendy, check on her, make sure sis is good. And they're not going to go out with Mia and the other mean girls or whatever, what have you. And Mia brought her little tail over to the car and go tell them when you get back, you won't have a place to stay. Girl, if you don't go to hell. Why does she think that's okay? You are not kicking me out of here because you mad that I'm being kind to someone who's supposed to be our friend who you attacked. Get out of my face. So they go ahead and they went to Versailles. I have eaten at Versailles. That is some good Cuban food. If you're ever in Miami, go. Anyway, so they're sitting there eating. The other ladies are on the beach and whatnot. So while Mia, Giselle, Robyn, all them heifers are on the beach, Giselle is like, I looked up and I saw two people in your shower. So Jacqueline and Mia are showering together. Apparently at some point they have shared a boyfriend. Whatever suits you, sis. Couldn't be me. And they kind of just left it alone. They asked them, were they kind of like doing stuff? And they said no. And then they kind of just left it alone. But I have more questions. Like, why y'all showering together? Like, what's the point? Why y'all showering together? Why Robyn walking around the house naked in front of her sons? Why she pooping with the door open? Like, I don't understand this alternate lifestyle y'all living, and I just can't get with it because it's strange and unnecessary. But whatever, you know, I get being good girlfriends and all of that. And sometimes you get to just talking and you don't want to end the conversation. But I like my alone time. I'm not necessarily one who wants anybody in my shower. My husband sometimes, but that's about it. Anyways, so Mia starts talking about I think she be saying things that she heard other people say, but maybe she doesn't quite understand because, you know, on account that she's a little bit of an idiot. And so she says, yeah, if she's not winning in her Porsche pulling up, then I'm not being a good friend. And I was thinking, like, that statement was so incomplete. Like, that really wasn't what she was trying to say. And the other ladies were kind of like, huh? And then she's like, I'm saying, you know, if she's not winning, I'm not winning. Okay, well, say that then, because whatever you were saying didn't make any sense. Anyways, but then she goes on to say, it was either her or Jacqueline. One of them said how they're so good, such good friends because there's never been any competition between them. That's bull. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, that is bull. Yeah, a lot of times with ladies, and this is why I don't really have lady friends. I have like lots of cousins and sisters and a couple girlfriends. But a lot of times with ladies, there's always this stupid ass competition. I can recall a story. We'll save it for another day. But I had a friend who I thought was super close, great friend, traveled with me and all of that. And I loved that there was no competition in our relationship. But then I learned that the only reason there was no competition is because when she was my big sis and she was putting me up on game and all of that, she didn't see me as competition. But as I began to grow and develop and, you know, get a little something, all of a sudden, sis felt like we were in competition. Start counting my pockets, talking about how much I spend on bags and shoes. Child, whatever. So I say all that to say, they're saying that there's no competition. Well, now that Jacqueline is coming on this show, Mia's going to start to see her as competition. And that's probably why their relationship, as we know it is today, is in the toilet. Yeah, that there's no competition. Boo. Okay. So while they're at the beach, Mia goes on to say that she doesn't really want to host Karen's birthday party anymore because, you know, Wendy should host it. Since Karen liked Wendy so much, she's such a child. Anyways, so they decide to start like twerking and taking selfies and all of this. Mia gets up and starts shaking her little butt. I'm glad they spared us from Giselle and her stiff twerk. But Mia gets up and starts shaking her little butt. And Robyn quickly notices that the lumps that Mia told her she was going to show her that were on her behind are gone. So, you know. I don't know why Mia, you know, you're not a good liar if you don't remember that you got these certain details you need to account for. But I thought it was funny that Robyn was even thinking about that and that she was even looking for the lumps. But Robyn's a little weirdo anyways, because we all saw the way she was rubbing on the young man who came and was taking the selfie for them. I don't know about y'all, but that made me uncomfortable. Like maybe because I have a 21-year-old son, you know, it's rude and it's disrespectful. And I know that it's all in good fun. And when you out with your girls, you having a good time, you being a little lit and you tripping out and all of that and stuff. But that made me uncomfortable. I thought it was kind of weird. She did it. She stopped. She started doing it again. She's looking at him and she's just touching. And I always like to think about things like how would I feel if it happened to me? Because I think I've told y'all before, I do not like to be touched. Don't touch me. And so for him to walk up to take a selfie and for her to just continuously doing all this, see, that's why you're never going to be more than a roommate, because you don't know how to act. You don't know how to act with the women. You don't know how to act with the men. You just don't know how to act, and you're always going to be the roommate. And Juan is never going to marry you because now he don't want to divorce you with that prenup in place. Yeah, anyways, I really want to know y'all thoughts on the Robyn rubbing the guy. I might be overreacting just because I have a 21-year-old son. And if I saw this 40-something-year-old mother of two rubbing on my kid like that, I'm probably going to take my earrings off. But what? Oh, we don't condone violence, so I take that back. Sometimes that east side be coming up. So while Wendy and Karen and Ashley and Candiace are at dinner, Wendy gives us a little tea and she says that Peter told her that he and Mia and G haven't even been cool because they used to be cool, and Mia did some snaky stuff, she called it, to his girlfriend at the time. And what's funny to me about that is that Peter, you're fine, but you such a, like, I want to be disrespectful, but I don't want to be disrespectful. Like, Peter is a clown. Because we've already heard, we don't know if Giselle is telling the truth or not, but we've already heard that you said you were just going to work with Wendy and basically waste her time and go along with this Nigerian lounge, even though you really didn't plan to work with her. You're a chump for that. Like, what grown man is doing this? And so now you're on the show acting like you're good friends with Mia, talking Wendy's business to Mia behind her back, and then we find out that you have talked to Wendy about Mia behind her back. Like, Peter is such a clown. And Nene had it right so long ago. Like, he just want a peach so bad. It's beginning to be just kind of embarrassing for you, Peter. Because my thing is he probably hadn't talked to Mia in so long. Mia probably wanted to get back in his good graces because Peter might have a little bit of a name out there or whatever. He ain't nobody to be checking in with though. But anyway, so Mia probably wanted to get back in his good graces, called him and told him there's an opportunity to be on the show. And because he wants to be a peach holder so bad, he quickly accepted the invitation and showed up and just further made himself look like a clown. And now Mia looks like an even bigger clown and Robyn looks like an even bigger clown still. Then we have Candiace and Wendy go to the studio and they're going to listen to Trina's track they're going to listen to Trina's feature on Candiace's track, Insecure. Now, real quick about the song is a bop, but it's way too much auto-tune. Like, I was posting something on the Day Spills Tea Instagram page the other day and I wanted to use some of Candiace's music. Everything was so heavily auto-tuned. I honestly think that Candiace does have some talent. Y'all don't need to lay that auto-tune on so thick. Like, it sounds like you're listening to a computer. But anyways, Trina is adorable. I love the way she received them. The girls were like hyped to be with each other. And it was like a really, really cool moment for me. I enjoyed that scene quite a bit. Then back at the house, Jacqueline, Mia's, I guess, assistant, summons Karen and asks her to come up the stairs. Mia, am I allowed to call people ugly? Mia is standing there at the top of the stairs looking a hot mess. Like, she got this nasty stank face, this nasty stank attitude on, and all of this and everything. But unless I missed something, it looked like it was Jacqueline who did the talking. And so Mia is just kind of standing there. So Karen goes up to see what's up. She knew it was about to be some bull, but she goes anyway because, you know, she's a good sport. And when she gets up there, Jacqueline is like, Mia's feeling some type of... Jacqueline, why are you talking for her? Mia is a grown boss chick. Like, why are you talking for her while Mia just standing there looking stupid, making dumb faces with these lips way overfilled? And it's like, honey, I'm sorry to tell you, but no matter how much you plump those lips, it's not going to take away from the scarring on your face. And I'm not being funny when I say that. Now I'm actually being serious because I feel like that's what's happening. Like, we've seen, you know, Wendy called her a cradle raised bee, which was hilarious, but not very nice. But she does have like some scarring, or, you know, maybe looks like burns. I forget. Did she say? She told us where it came from. I can't remember. But I feel like maybe she's plumping these lips so much to maybe distract from that. I don't know. It wasn't working. Like, whatever. That's not my business. That's her choice. But anyway, so she proceeds to basically tell Karen how she's wrong for not defending G and all of this. Mia has zero accountability. So she made that tweet saying she takes accountability. She has zero accountability. She does not, at least in this moment, feel like she was wrong at all. She feels like Karen is dead wrong for not having her back no matter what. I'm going to tell you something. I am the kind of friend to where in public, I'm probably going to have your back, but as soon as we get behind closed doors, I gotta let you know what's real, because I'm not gonna go back in public and support foolishness. Because for me, if you have acted a plumb clown in public, I'm gonna probably try and support you, get you together, try and keep you from embarrassing yourself. We're gonna go back, we're gonna have some words. I'm gonna let you know how I feel, where you was right, where you was wrong, what I rock with, what I don't rock with. But then I'm gonna be expecting for you to have a change of behavior and take some accountability afterwards. If not, please do not rely on my support, because that's not me. I'm way too grown for that. Way too grown for that. And so is the grind dom. So Karen is not going for it, and Mia is just all types of upset. So she's still telling her that she's not gonna throw her party. And Karen said, girl, I don't need you to throw me a party. I had a candle and a cake. Ain't God good? That was my favorite part of the whole episode. is Karen and her little one-liner. That baby said, I had a candle and a cake. God is good. She don't need your funky little party. And then she went on to let her know that you have done a horrible job of hosting me for my birthday to begin with. Like, this has been terrible. You invited somebody I don't rock with, knowing I don't rock with her, just because you think she has some clout. And you want to be with Sharice because Sharice is fake and phony and acts like she is something bigger than what she is. She ain't the grand dame. Anyways, yeah, so Karen went on to just let her know, like, you have done a horrible job of throwing me a birthday. So, honey, like, whatever party you was planning, I ain't pressed about it. And I enjoyed that. I really did. And so Mia, of course, was upset. And Jacqueline's like, okay, so y'all friendship is over. Jacqueline, are you the stenographer? Like, are you taking notes? Who asked you this? Shut up. Like, it was annoying me so much. Why are you even here? Like, Mia did not need you to facilitate this conversation. I don't know. Ooh, but that Mia, ooh, she gets on my nerves. Oh, I'm done. So anyways, that's all I got. That's my thoughts on the episode. My biggest takeaways was that Robyn is weird. She's weird for all her lies. She's weird for claiming she was protecting Wendy when clearly she just doesn't like Wendy. She's weird for rubbing on that boy. She's weird for pooping in front of her husband. She's weird for walking around her grown son's nude. And then Mia is just messy and horrible. And that's my feelings on that. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Bye.